Hi, I'm Swan. Welcome to SAS Makeup Studio. Today I'll be showing you how to achieve this soft glam look by using minimal products. This look has a soft gold glam eye, gentle contours and highlights, and a diva lip. I have shared lots of helpful tips and tricks to make this look simple and achievable. Hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned. I'll be starting with prepping my skin. Now, when we are thinking of applying a foundation, it is actually the look of flawless skin that we are visualizing, and that can be achieved only by a great prep work for skin, depending on your skin type, so that the foundation can glide on really well. I have normal to slightly combination skin and a bit of open pores over here, but last few days my skin is feeling utterly dehydrated. So I'm going to start off with a hydrating mist. Using the Kama Ayurveda Pure Rose Water Mist, and I'm going to hold it an arm's length away and spritz it a couple of times. Rose water is a natural astringent. It balances and restores the pH level of the skin and helps tighten pores. And to add, it feels so fresh. It's a non-alcoholic toner and it's everything I'm looking for today. Today we'll be doing a bold lip, so I'm going to really hydrate my lip, apply a lot of lip conditioner. To add further hydration and luminosity to the skin, I'm using Strobe Cream by MAC Cosmetics. Now that my skin prepping is done, I'm moving on to concealer and I'm going to place it under my eye. A very little bit of this product and then build on it. Put too much, it can crease or it can get a bit cakey. I have slight redness around my nose, so I've applied the concealer here as well. For foundation, I'm using the Bobbi Brown Intensive Skin Serum Foundation. It is a lovely hydrating foundation and will glide beautifully on your skin now that you've got the perfect skin prep done. The foundation is great by itself, but just to add a bit more luminosity, I'm going to add a bit of Strobe Cream into my foundation. Using a small dense brush to apply the foundation because it gives me a great control over the placement of the product. A makeup sponge or a beauty blender, just dab on your skin so that the foundation looks all seamless and any excess product is going to come off. Love the way the Strobe Cream is adding a bit of glow. The foundation has a strong SPF of 40, so try not to get it too close to your eyes if you have sensitive eyes. I'm using the Kryolan translucent powder. Now normally I'm not a powder person and I don't like powdering my full face, but I am going out and I'm going to be wearing a mask and I don't want my foundation to move, so here goes. I'm going to start with my brows and I'm using a brush to first comb my brow hairs upwards. Then I'll be using an eyebrow pencil. I'm starting from the lower part of my brow and midway. I'm making small strokes to fill in the brow. And then what I do is I brush the hair downwards to see where in my arch I want to place the product. Pushing it back up. My eyes are bare, I just have a little bit of concealer on them. Now in general, our eyelids are quite oily. So what happens is when you put an eyeshadow, after a while, it gets collected in the crease. Now to stop that from happening, you want to use a good eyeshadow base. I'm using the Painterly Paint Pot by MAC Cosmetics. It's a great color by itself, but it's a great base for any eyeshadow too. So I've got a little bit of the paint pot on my finger and I'm applying it on my eyelid from the center to back and then bringing it forward. And then whatever is left on your finger, you blend it upward to your brow bone. I'm using 4 brushes today. I've got the flat brush to apply the eyeshadow on the lid, a small brush to go in the inner corner, a round sort of small brush to blend out my eyeliner pencil. Finally, I've got a fluffy brush to blend out all the eyeshadows and make it all seamless. I'm going to start with an eyeliner pencil and I'm going to do a tight liner. And what I mean by that is I'm going to apply it in my waterline, under and on top. The eyes look great, but my eyes get a bit watery whenever I'm doing a tight liner, so I always keep a Q-tip, cotton tip in handy and place it in the inner corner and just close your eyes for a bit. And it just soaks in any water without destroying your makeup. With eyeshadows, anything that is shimmery or frosty is going to bring that surface forward, and dark and matte is going to push the surface behind. So I'm going to start off with a frosty eyeshadow from the center to inward, and then I'm going to use a darker matte eyeshadow towards the end and into the crease. I've chosen 2 shadows. The first one is a muted gold frosty eyeshadow and the second one is a reddish brown matte eyeshadow. You can choose any sort of eyeshadow which is a bronze tone or a golden tone, even pinks which have a golden undertone to it. They all will look great for this look. I've taken the product on my brush on both sides of the brush actually, so that I don't have to keep going back and dipping the brush into the product again and again. It's just faster this way. And I start from the center of my lid, working my way inward. I have slightly hooded eyes, so I'm bringing this shadow up into my crease. Slightly blending this eyeshadow outward, giving the brush a slight wipe on a clean paper, and with the same brush I'm going into my reddish brown matte eyeshadow. I'm lightly dabbing the product on the ends of my eyes and I'm bringing it up to the crease in sort of a C shape. If you have hooded eyes or you have eyes that have a lot of space from your crease to your brow bone, you don't want to use the darker color all the way up, it looks too strong. It is softly blending that darker shadow and the frosty shadow together. You can use any other eyeshadow as well, something that is got a orangey or a peachy tone, but preferably matte. Intensifying the color on the corner of my eye to make my eye look more upturned. I'm also blending it into my crease and a slightly bit above my crease because I have hooded eyes. If you don't have hooded eyes, you don't have to go way above your crease. If you have close set eyes, this shimmery color in the inner corner looks really great. But if you have wider set eyes, then maybe you should avoid this step. Apply a thin line on my eye and then smudge it slightly with the round brush so that it gives a soft, smoky liner. Don't worry if your liner isn't perfect because you're going to smudge it a little bit anyway. If you have small eyes, then you want to apply a very thin line of this eyeliner. If you can't achieve that through directly applying the liner, you can use a thin liner brush, apply the product on it and then apply the liner and then smudge it lightly. The only reason is you don't want this liner to cover your entire eyelid. It's going to make your eye look smaller still. Taking my foundation brush and with whatever foundation that was left on it, I'm just going to lift off and clean up this area. I'm using a cream highlighter to apply on the higher planes of my face. Before I start with the lip, I'm just using a wipe to wipe off my lip conditioner. I'll be doing a bold lip today. To start with, I'm using a concealer to cancel out the natural shape of my lip because I want to outdraw it. And I'm using a lip primer. This will help hold on the lipstick better. You'll be wearing a mask, so I want to make sure that the lipstick stays. You will find that once you apply a lip primer, your lip products glide on really well. It looks really funny now. This is a matte lipstick, so it's going to stay on pretty well. But if you wanted to doubly make sure that it stays on longer, especially when you have your mask on, you can apply a bit of powder on your lips, dab it with paper, and then apply another coat. That way it lasts longer and it doesn't transfer that easily. I'm really liking the look, but I think it needs a bit more on the cheeks just to have some continuity with the lip. So I'm going to take the lipstick behind my hand, just like this. Then the foundation brush, lightly take a bit of that color and apply it gently on your cheek. I do hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you try this look. If you have any comments or questions, please feel free to list them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching this video, and until next time, stay safe. I'll see you.